checking in from the post-max cash era of old school RuneScape. The economy's collapsed. It's a wasteland out here, boys. Jax was kind enough to leave me my 3 most valuable possessions. How nice of them. Luckily enough, I think I made it through all the bans. So let's get on into it. I'm more of a resizable guy lately. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't know. There's something about playing the game in resizable that's much more enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. It's just me. But yeah, I think the reset time goes back to somewhere around 2 to 3 a.m. Personally, I got off at 1:30 and I'm back exactly where I was, nice and dead. So I was pretty impressed that my items actually transferred from when they were inside of my chest. However, I guess looking back on it, it's not all that impressive. If they don't actually stay there, then a lot of Ultimate Iron Man would just be screwed. So it's pretty much a necessity. If you're wondering why this is all set back, I will go on to explain a little more later. But for the most part, it's a coin dupe where you can just be able to get max cash stacks with ease. And obviously, that's not going to fly. So it all starts with game integrity and pickpocketing. That's where all of this mostly branched from. Today there were some changes. I won't go in depth on them. None of them are all that crazy. Just a lot of little useful things. And then there was also the pickpocketing NPCs where coin pouches were now coming into the game to prevent botting. This has been talked about forever now and finally actually came through. At this point, we then have clips like the one up on screen where people were able to get max cash stacks in ways that probably shouldn't be a thing. So from there, we have clips like the one now where basically people were getting max cash stacks like they were nothing. From there, we have the likes of Godash pretty much just informing the community on it. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Nice. From what I understand, there seem to be a few new employees at Jax who are working on the code and whatnot and aren't necessarily, I guess, used to the system, so they're kind of learning and they may or may not have rushed it a little bit. Nonetheless, it's not really that big of a deal. And then we have a little thread that talks about pretty much the procedure that was taking place as far as how to bring this back. If you guys have been around RuneScape for a while, I know I've had my fair share, I guess, a couple rollbacks that I've been a part of. Some of them have affected me a little bit, some not really. I know there was a dungeoneering one, I think, back in the day, maybe with the rune crafting, I believe, that was pretty big. That's the last, like, big one I can remember, but this is obviously just insane, getting max cash stacks, so. They, of course, had to roll this back, and they did so, what was noon to 1 p.m. today. Now, obviously, this is a pretty big mishap on Jax's side, but all in all, it's not that big of a deal. It did reset maybe what was some people's progress, but with the actual mishap that happened, you have to understand, like, of course they're going to roll this back. At the end of the day, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Really, personally, I was asleep for most of it, and I ended up waking up in time to see all of the chaos that was ensuing. So that's it as far as the max cash stack goes. Basically what I've been doing lately is I've been doing a lot of raids too. Since my hardcore Iron Man died, I haven't obviously been playing it as much. I have enjoyed the hardcore life, but I knew that whenever I was playing it, I was doing it at the expense of maybe not playing with my friends as much. Yeah, I stand alone, by the way. And on top of that, I can't do like fun content like raids too. And so over the last week, I've been pretty motivated to start to learn it, and I've been lucky enough to have a few friends. Shout out to the Yard, Blade, Tanner, Kevin, the boys. We've been going out for a little bit of raids too and trying to learn it and get used to it. And honestly, at this point, I don't feel like I'm all that bad. I've stopped my consistent planking, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm now up to 7. Ooh, am I up to 7 or am I up to 8? Make it 8 KC. But I really have been enjoying it overall, and it's something that I look to do a little bit more of because I want to be able to make money. I want to be able to do videos on raids too, and ultimately I think I'm just going to be killing a decent amount of raids too going forward. If you guys do enjoy my content, obviously make sure to stop on over to the live stream on Twitch. I didn't want to stream it at the beginning because learning it, I really don't want to try to talk to people like much while I'm doing it. Even now, I still won't like really talk a whole lot during like Verzik. Obviously, I'll interact at times I can. It is just really hectic to learn, so I didn't want to, be put under that added pressure, or have my Twitch chat deal with my frustration. But yeah, I think I might make like weekly progress videos of how I'm doing here at Raids 2, what all I'm getting, and I'll be streaming it for the most part whenever I'm live, if I'm with people that don't mind being streamed with. And yeah, honestly, I've just been enjoying it a ton, and I actually did see my first item yesterday. I only got 2 KC yesterday. There were a lot of deaths, but in there was an 8 death raid where we actually got a staff. I don't know how to say the first part of it, but it is 300 mil, and that ended up coming up at a 60 mil split. Now that's obviously a ton of money, and it is a pretty good drop to see for your first one because the hilt is the most common. Now obviously I did hit, like, I think what is the mega rare drop table where it's like rapier, staff, and scythe, but I don't know if the scythe's like more heavily tilted. If you guys know anything about raids 2 like drop tables, let me know. If you can point me anywhere, I'd love to be able to look into them a little more. And yeah, along with that, if there's any of you guys that actually do raids 2 and would like to participate sometimes, feel free. I guess that's one of my bigger complaints about raids 2 a little bit is how hard it is to be able to find or keep a consistent team, because you really do need like 5 or 4 people, and if you have one too many, well, someone just got to sit on the sidelines, and if you have some like 3, then you just got to go and find hopefully a random person that can be competent. So it's been pretty interesting so far, and I'm definitely excited to see what I can do here. On top of that, I will be putting out more videos in the future. I've just been really big on trying to learn this because it's just been so much fun, really. If you guys do enjoy the content, I'm sure you don't mind me just telling you what's going on every now and then. I won't make this a regular thing, but at the moment, I really just need to be able to tell people why I haven't uploaded. I've just been enjoying raids 2 so much. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys want to stop by the stream, feel free to. If you guys do enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Obviously, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.